We hope you're enjoying the game. We certainly welcome your feedback at YourTV as we try to cover different things in our community, different sporting activities, and YourTV has always been there for our community and covered so many different things, you know, from musical festivals to award nights to municipal council meetings to sports. And this is just another great example of supporting the community this year with coverage of the Ottawa Valley Baseball League. This will be the first of a few games, and I'm sure as the season goes on, the games will get better, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up some playoff games for you as well so you can enjoy it. But, you know, better yet, if you enjoy the broadcast, come on out and support our local athletes. They play usually on Friday nights and Monday nights, and there are a few holiday games as well that are mixed in for afternoon contests, good family days. So you can find the schedule on the Ottawa Valley Baseball League website and join us. Come on out and watch some local baseball action. Well, Tommy, YourTV has arrived and is covering your league. This is a big deal for you guys.
It's a huge deal. It's been a long time coming. I can't believe tonight's actually the night, but yeah, it's great for the league, and hopefully we can put on a bit of a show here tonight.
Well, I'm glad you're here because I've been talking to myself for almost 4 innings, and you know, I can talk, but I could use a break. So let's just talk about the genesis of the league. This kind of started after the Blue Jays kind of revival when they started to get good again, and they made it back to the baseball playoffs. You pick it up from there.
Yeah, well, everyone kind of remembers that Joey Bautista 3-run home run in the playoffs and the bat flip, the famous bat flip, and baseball really started to pick up around here after that. And Petawawa, the Indians, had a team, and they were playing the old timers once a week, and really, you know, there was just so much interest. People wanted to play, so we started off where our first year we had 3 teams. We did Petawawa, Killaloe, and Pembroke Athletics. We did 1 year, not really the official start of the Ottawa Valley Baseball League, but after that 1 year, the next year we saw 3 new teams. Chapeau jumped in, Chalk River, and then a team sponsored by country music star Gord Bamford, the Bamford Braves. So we went from 3 teams, we doubled up next year to 6, and 2017 was our official year with the 6 teams, and we did playoffs, and Killaloe ended up taking the first championship series against the Pembroke Athletics, our team, in the finals that first year.
And, you know, you're still holding your own. You've got 5 teams. The Bamford Club, of course, is teamed up with the Killaloe Brewers now, as they are known.
Yep.
It used to be the Cottage Racers, but
Correct.
But the league is healthy, and we're seeing a great pitching performance here tonight by Bloom. He's got 9 strikeouts in 3 innings.
Wow.
Every and he's also throwing a no-hitter. The 1 run came in as a result of a hit by a pitch and then an error. So he's been outstanding tonight, like really corking some great fastballs.
Wow, yeah, that one's coming in for sure. It's got some movement on it.
Have you hit against him before?
I have not hit against him before. I know Chris Blackstock, who runs the Chapeau team, said they got a couple good pitchers this year, and they're really looking to kind of compete at the top level. Whereas the last couple of years, you know, they got a couple wins here and there, but they haven't really pushed the top 3 teams in the playoffs. So it'll be good, and really they get a couple of good arms, and they're right there. Like you mentioned, Chalmers, he's been on fire with the bat the last couple of years. It seems like, you know, he's got a double or a triple every game we play against them, and a couple other of the lads are really starting to step up with the bat. So they put another couple pitchers in here, and it's really good for the league. I love to see it.
Well, he has been really good, and as I said, he's now got 10 strikeouts. You can't get better than that. We're in the 4th inning with 1 out, which is quite extraordinary as he continues to mow down these Chalk River batters, leading off this inning as well with a K.
Oh, and he's got the curveball going, maybe a bit of a slider coming in there too, so he's mixing it up.
Mostly fastballs tonight. He's been throwing hard the entire game and moving it around really well on the edges, and then the odd time, you're right, you see it right there, a little bit of a bender, and there's another strikeout. And this is how they scored their run previously, on a strikeout, and then in this case, all the way down to second base is Chapman.
Wow. You know, that's the thing with this ball diamond. I heard you mentioning earlier the size of the outfield, but you know, this backstop is larger than 95% of Major League backstops, and you know, if a couple balls get by there, it could be a real problem if their catcher's not getting down and blocking those. So, it'll be interesting to see here if Blackstock can get down and keep some of these in front of him.
Well, one out now with a runner at second base, and the runner is going to take off, and here's the throw down to third, and they got him.
Wow.
A great throw by the catcher Blackstock as he nails him. Chalmers with the tag, and just like that, 2 down.
Fantastic throw there by Blackstock. He really got that off quick. No hesitation. That's what you need, especially going down to third base. You got a little extra time rather than going to second. Made that one look easy.
And so now with 2 out, and you nailed it. You know, the Chapeau team, if they get good pitching, they're there. With your team, the Athletics, Petawawa, of course, the defending champions after last year, and you had a great series as well. Against what was Bamford, now the Killaloe Brewers. That pitch is fouled back and out of play.
Yeah, that was a really good series. You know, it could have gone either way. I was just talking to a couple players today. You know, we did lose in the semis, but it's 1 or 2 outs away from being right there in the finals. So it keeps it interesting. You can't take any nights off. You can't take any innings off, and if you do, these guys will make you pay for sure.
So 2 out here as Bloom tries to end this inning, and there's a great hook for a strikeout, and boy, he just keeps racking them up. He now has, because of the second chance on the runners that made it down because it was a pass ball past the catcher, he's got 12 strikeouts in 4 innings. That's pretty extraordinary.
Wow.
You know, he's given up a run. It was an unearned run as a result of a pitch that got away and then an error at the first base. But, you know, through 4 innings, Chapeau has a commanding 10-1 lead, and Neil Bloom is working on a no-hitter.
Yeah, 4 strikeouts in 1 inning. That's hard to do, Jamie.
It is. It's impressive. I said that's an anomaly, and we've seen it here twice tonight, which is pretty special. So we go to the top of the 5th inning, and now a 10-1 advantage. Chapeau certainly doesn't need any more runs here tonight, but just looking to play it out. Now, you have some limitations. Do you use a mercy rule in the league, or is it just a time limit?
We have used a mercy rule in the past. It's up to the team that is losing if they want to use it. So it is a 10-run lead. Anytime after the 4th inning, the mercy rule can be enforced. I think I've only seen it enforced 1 time since we started. You know, it's just, you never know, because I've seen 8, 9, 10-run innings happen pretty easily. So, you know, these guys don't want to give up. They're battling out here, and really for this Chalk River team, every inning that they can get out here and play and kind of hone their skills, because, you know, they're a newer team, and they had a lot of turnover last year. They have a lot of new guys, and I think, you know, you just want to hone your skills rather than just throw the towel in, especially when you're on live television, or not live television, but
the closest they'll come to being on live television.
Yeah, you're right.
So Jason Kello is going to come in to start the 5th inning here for Chalk River. He's the 3rd pitcher of the night. Matt Payne started. He was knocked out with 2 out in the 3rd inning, and then, Wes Clark started and knocked out in the 3rd. Then Matt Payne came in for the inning and a 3rd, and now Jason Kello will take the hill here in the top of 5 with Kyle Labrie at the plate, and a strike called on the first pitch from Kello.
Kyle's one of Chapeau's better hitters. He always makes solid contact with the ball. I don't know if I've seen him strike out a handful of times in 4 or 5 years now. So,
well, they'll have a bruise tomorrow. He was hit by a pitch in his last trip to the plate. First at bat, he grounded out to the pitcher. And Kello from the set position. And that's right off the end of the bat. Fouled. Perhaps the best beard in the league.
I would say so. I was just saying, you know, you got to be careful. He's a pretty intimidating looking guy, and I've hit him with a pitch before, and I was hoping he didn't charge the mound coming right after me.
Well, you're pretty intimidating too. How tall are you?
6'8".
6'8". That's intimidating, and that's just a bad hop there. And Labrie gets a favorable single as the second baseman Ranger wasn't able to get a glove on it. As Labrie just, the ball just kind of skipped away from the second baseman. It'll go for a single.
Ranger actually used to play on Chapeau. 2 years ago, he was on the Chapeau squad. So, not sure what happened there, but it looks like he jumped ship.
Trade,
yes.
Eric Gaudette will step into the batter box now. He has a single and a walk, scored a run in the first inning as well. I was talking about this earlier. A lot of the runs tonight have been unearned against the Cardinals, and that's what's got them into trouble. In the first inning, they had 2 out, and you know, they just made a series of errors that allowed 4 runs to get to the plate. As Labrie goes down to second base in the wild pitch.
Yeah, sometimes those one error can turn into you can kind of get snowballing there, you know. Especially from the guy, you know, you got to rely on your teammates to kind of pick you up after those ones.
Now Kello will get set again from the set. And that pitch is cut on. That's going to fall in for a single. And that might plate Labrie. They're going to put the brakes on with a 10-1 lead. No sense in pushing it. Labrie not fleet of foot, shall we say. It is a single, though, for Gaudette, and runners on the corners now with nobody out. And Blackstock will come to the plate. He's scored a run. He's reached twice on errors, one by the pitcher and one by the third baseman.